Yes. Every single day, we're living in a world that runs on information and communication technology, ICT, systems.
Absolutely. Your phone, online banking, government services,
Yeah.
it's all ICT.
Totally indispensable. But,
Yeah.
and this is the crux of it, they are constantly under attack, aren't they?
Constantly. It's an unavoidable reality of being connected.
So our mission today is to really dig into that, get past the headlines, understand these digital threats, and maybe figure out how to control them a bit better. This is a deep dive aimed at making you sharper, more secure.
And that security, it's fundamentally about managing risk,
Yeah.
not eliminating it completely because, frankly, that's impossible.
Right, you can't build an impenetrable fortress.
Exactly. It's about understanding that any system can potentially be breached if a threat finds a vulnerability. The goal is making it really, really hard and costly for attackers.
So it's this constant question, what are the dangers, what are the weaknesses, and how can someone exploit them to mess with our data or systems?
Precisely. It's dynamic, always changing. We talk about ICT security itself, basically measures to protect systems. A threat is the danger. A vulnerability is the weak spot. And the attack, that's the action taken to cause harm.
Okay, managing risk, not eliminating it. That feels important. So if we accept things aren't perfect, who are these digital bad actors? What specific threats are we actually facing day to day?
Good question. The threat landscape, well, it keeps evolving, but we can break down the main types. First up, you've got malware.
Malware, okay, like viruses and stuff?
Yeah, viruses, worms, ransomware, Trojans. It's software designed deliberately to harm or exploit systems.
Right.
But what's key now is how sophisticated it's become.
How so?
Well, think ransomware. It used to just lock your files. Now, often they steal your data first, then lock it. It's double extortion. Huge pressure.
Wow, okay, so they threaten to release your data too. Nasty. What about phishing? That seems like it's been around forever.
It has, and it's still incredibly effective because it doesn't target technology, it targets people.
Ah, the human element.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Deceptive emails, texts. They look legitimate, trying to trick you into giving up passwords, bank details, whatever. They play on urgency, authority, even curiosity. It bypasses technical defenses by exploiting our own psychology.
Makes sense. You're busy, you see an urgent email from your bank. You click.
Precisely. Then there are denial of service attacks, nonsense. These aren't about theft, they're about disruption.
Just shutting things down.
Yep. Overloading a server or network so legitimate users can't access it. Imagine 1,000 fake customers flooding a shop so real ones can't get in. Crippling for online businesses.
And I've heard that sometimes DOS is used as a distraction, right? While something sneakier happens elsewhere.
It can be, absolutely. Which brings us to things like man-in-the-middle attacks or min-am.
That sounds ominous.
It kind of is. An attacker secretly intercepts communication between two people, or you and a website. They can just listen in or even alter the conversation.
So they could change bank details in a transaction.
Potentially, yes. Especially dangerous on unsecured networks like public Wi-Fi. Then you have password attacks.
Just guessing passwords seems a bit basic.
Well, yes and no. It can be basic guessing, but also sophisticated cracking, using powerful computers and lists of common or leaked passwords. They can try millions per second.
Right, so using password 123 is still a terrible idea.
A truly terrible idea. And finally, maybe the trickiest, social engineering.
This is the psychological manipulation one again, isn't it?
Exactly. No code needed. It's about tricking people into revealing information or performing actions. Think fake phone calls from tech support or someone tailgating into a secure building. It exploits trust and helpfulness.
Okay, that's quite a list. Malware, phishing, DOS, MIDM, password attacks, social engineering. It feels a bit overwhelming. How do we even start to build defenses against all that? What does that digital fort look like?
It's definitely a challenge, but not impossible. The key is a multi-layered approach. You need layers of defense, combining technology and, well, human smarts.
Okay, so break that down. What are the technical measures?
Sure. First, firewalls. Think of them as smart security guards for your network connection. They inspect traffic coming in and going out, blocking anything suspicious based on preset rules.
So they filter the data flow.
Essentially, yes. Then you need good antivirus and anti-spyware software. And critically, you have to keep it and all your software updated with the latest patches.
Those regular updates are really that important.
Absolutely vital. They often fix security holes that attackers are actively looking for. Skipping updates is like leaving a door unlocked. And we need data encryption.
Making data unreadable to anyone without the key.
Exactly, both when it's stored and when it's traveling across the internet. Secure communication protocols are part of this too.
Okay, That's the tech side. What about the administrative measures, policies, and people?
Right. This includes enforcing strong password policies, making sure people use complex, unique passwords and change them regularly.
Not just password 123 then.
Definitely not. Also, user access control. This is based on the principle of least privilege, meaning people only get access to the specific systems and data they absolutely need to do their job, nothing more. If their account is compromised, the damage is limited.
Like giving a guard keys only to the areas they patrol.
Perfect analogy. And going back to social engineering, regular security awareness training for everyone is crucial. Making people aware of the tactics attackers use.
The human firewall idea.
It really is. And finally, there are best practices for everyone, things we should all be doing.
Like what? Give me the essentials.
Okay. Regularly back up important data. If the worst happens, you can recover. Use two-factor authentication or 2FA wherever possible. That extra code adds a huge layer of security.
That text message or app code you get after your password.
That's the one. Also, regularly audit and monitor systems check logs. Look for weird activity. And be careful about networks. Use secure networks. Avoid public Wi-Fi for sensitive stuff.
Because of those man-in-the-middle risks?
Precisely. Public Wi-Fi is often a hunting ground.
Okay, so it's clear this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it deal. Building the defenses is one thing, but you said it's dynamic. You have to keep checking, keep watching, like guards patrolling the walls.
That's a great way to put it. It leads to two really critical ongoing processes: testing system vulnerability and monitoring security systems.
Testing for weaknesses before they get exploited.
Exactly. It's about proactively finding the holes in your hardware, software, or even your procedures. You systematically identify what needs testing. Then you use vulnerability scanners.
Tools like Nessus, you mentioned.
Yeah, Nessus, OpenVAS are common ones. They automate scanning your network and systems for known vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, things like that. Nmap and Nikto are also useful here.
So the scanner finds potential problems. Then what?
Then you analyze those results, figure out the actual risks, document everything, and plan how to fix or mitigate the issues.
Okay, that's the proactive testing. What about the day-to-day watching, monitoring?
Right, that's the continuous observation part. Watching network traffic, system logs, looking for anything suspicious in real time.
Like unusual login attempts or weird data transfers.
Exactly. You use tools like intrusion detection systems, IDS, which flag potential threats, and intrusion prevention systems, IPS, which can actively block them.
So they're like digital alarms and sometimes automatic guards.
Kind of, yeah. Setting up alerts for unusual activity is key so you can respond quickly. Common monitoring tools include Wireshark for analyzing traffic, Snort, which is an IDSPS, and platforms like SolarWinds or Nagios for overall system health and security monitoring.
It's fascinating how those two fit together, the periodic deep checks and the constant vigilance.
They absolutely do. That combination of proactive testing and continuous monitoring is what creates a truly resilient, adaptive defense. It has to adapt because the threats never stop evolving.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for someone listening, whether they're in IT, managing a business, or just, living their digital life?
I think the core message is that digital security isn't just an IT department problem anymore. It's everyone's responsibility. These systems are everywhere, so the threats are too. We all need a baseline understanding.
So understanding the types of threats, knowing about defenses like firewalls and 2FA, appreciating why updates matter. It empowers you.
It absolutely does. Knowing about the need for systematic testing and monitoring, even if you don't do it yourself, helps you ask the right questions. It fosters that vigilance we talked about.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, what does it tell us?
It highlights just how vital critical thinking is online. In a world flooded with information and these potential threats lurking, you need a proactive mindset. Every click, every download, it has potential consequences. Knowledge really is power here.
It lets you navigate more safely.
For sure. It enables you to make smarter choices, use the right tools, and protect your own data and systems better. It builds that digital resilience personally and collectively.
Okay, great stuff. So to leave our listeners with something to chew on, we talked a lot about social engineering and phishing, how they exploit human psychology. Given that, what's one immediate practical step you could take today, right after listening, to get better at spotting those really deceptive emails or messages? Beyond just checking for typos, what's a deeper behavioral cue you'll look for now?